Yeah. she hit me like that. Saw that thing so beautiful. That she just hit my heart, oh. That full force and she got me like that. I be like, baby, why you so fine? Gotta make you mine. So hard to find. Baby, like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it, and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent. I think she was meant to knock them daylight. Like, girl, you so fine. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Girl, you rockin' like, ooh, baby, so fine. Miss Baby, girl, you knock 'em dead. She was so sublime, super fine. She was never lying, strutting in the hills or her slides. Either way, eyes on her every single day, week, year. Everyone wondering how she does it with no fear. All that confidence, was it heaven sent? Does it come within? Does it come run out? I don't know. She'll just have them running out and in. Man, they want to sin, talking deadly sin with Mrs. Lady. I don't understand why she hit them like. Girl, you knock 'em dead. Oh, oh, oh. How you do it, thing you do. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you knock 'em dead. I'm already saying. Ooh, it's pretty at the end.
Hey, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Alright, let's get started with the total crypto market cap and see how we're looking there tonight. Okay, so for the total crypto market cap, I'm liking the looks of the MACD currently on the daily. You can see the bearish momentum's getting a bit weaker here. The 4-hour MACD could be looking nicer. We could see that the bulls are starting to lose strength there. And weakening for the bears here on the 1 hour. We also have a tiny bit of bullish divergence showing here, so I'm liking that. And same thing with the half hour, a little bit of bullish divergence showing here, and the MACD's showing a little bit of bullish momentum building. So that's looking nice as well. So what we want to see in the coming days is for the total crypto market cap to get up above here and form a higher high. And we want to try to avoid a lower low below I'd say about 1.75 trillion and under is what we're trying to avoid hitting, because that'd be a lower low on the dailies. And let's take a look at Bitcoin and see how that's looking today. Okay, so Bitcoin on the daily, I'm liking the looks of the MACD here. We got some bullish momentum starting to build on the daily. Same thing as the total market cap. On the 4 hour, you could see a little bit of bearish momentum building there. And 1 hour bullish divergence as well on Bitcoin, liking the looks of that. Bearish momentum is losing strength on the MACD. Bullish momentum is gaining strength on the MACD, half hour bullish divergence as well. I'm liking the looks of Bitcoin. We did get that little pullback here today after the initial rally, but as long as we can consolidate and hold here and try to get that higher high, I'm really liking the looks of things so far. Now let's take a look at XRP. So on the daily MACD, bears are losing strength. That's nice there. And same thing as Bitcoin in total, 4 hours, got a little bit of bearish momentum building there. Not quite bullish divergence here. As you can see on the 1 hour, the candle is actually slightly higher than the previous year, same thing as the RSI. So no 1 hour divergence on XRP at the moment. And same thing with half hour, no half hour bullish divergence present. But we can see the MACD's got a little bit of bullish momentum slightly building there. Not really much to talk about for the MACD on the 1 hour, just looks like bearish momentum losing strength there. So XRP isn't looking as nice as Bitcoin so far today. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum and see how that's doing today. So you can see the daily MACD bullish divergence is still present here. Or RSI bullish divergence. And the MACD shows the bears are losing some strength there. The 4 hour, it's not quite bearish, but it does show that the bulls are losing some strength there. Not quite bullish divergence on Ethereum on the 1 hour either. Yeah, so far XRP and Ethereum aren't looking as nice as Bitcoin in the total cap at the moment. So what we want is for Bitcoin to run first anyway, so if Bitcoin were to run, then a lot of these assets are going to start to pump anyways. SPX futures. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to get the fib set up. It's a little dirty down here. There we go, finally found my anchor points. Okay, monthly, you can see that the MACD is losing a bit of strength for the bulls. Some MACD bearish divergence is showing on the weekly here, as well as the RSI. So you can see the way that the candles are trending up like that, but the RSI is trending down like that. So we got some weekly bearish divergence showing. And same thing with the MACD, you could see the MACD is just going from high to low like this. Okay, so it's looking like we got a support going right up here. So this is what I'm going to be keeping an eye on to see if we'll get a break. Some 4-hour bearish divergence is also showing here on the RSI. Yeah, RSI just came down to the same level here, so this is holding for now. S&P futures are looking a bit more bearish than bullish to me, in my opinion, at the moment, but want to wait for some more information to develop here and see how the divergence plays out. And now let's take a look at CRV and see how that's doing tonight. Okay, I'm liking the way that you can see that the bears are losing momentum here on the MACD on the daily. I'm liking the consistent higher highs and higher lows on the weekly as well. We got a little bit of MACD bullish divergence showing here on the 4-hour. No RSI bullish divergence is present at the moment though. Uh, 1-hour bearish divergence though. So on the smaller time frames, let's see how the half hour is looking as well. Yeah, same thing on the half hour. So the smaller time frames, it's looking like we could be in for a little bit of consolidation or a minor pullback. The larger time frames, I'm really liking the looks of this asset still though. Alright, now let's take a look at Alliance Block and see how that's doing tonight. With the wick, if we're counting this, it looks like it's attempting to double bottom at the 786 fib level here. Not really liking the look of price action on this asset that much at the moment though, on the 4-hour at least. A little bit of bullish divergence here the other day, but didn't really manifest into all that much. You can see that we got overbought right here, and it just ended up pulling back still. Yeah, I'd probably wait for some more information to develop on this asset at the moment. Okay, now let's take a look at Hex and see how that's doing. I'm liking the looks of this on the weekly so far. You can see that the bears are losing momentum on the MACD. Got two nice wicks down to the 618 fib level. And same thing on the daily. You can see that the bears are losing momentum as well. Yeah, Hex, what we want to see on the daily is going to be a higher high above either here at this wick or above here. If we can form a high above either of those, this asset's looking really nice to me. Okay, and it's looking like we also got slightly higher lows there. looking quite overbought on the half hour, but that's a smaller time frame anyways. Bulls are losing a bit of momentum here on the 1 hour as well, plus we're quite overbought. So the smaller time frames could be looking a little bit better on Hex at the moment, but the larger time frames, I'm really liking the looks of this. So maybe a tiny little bit of consolidation or a minor pullback, and we could just form another low above this one here, and this asset's looking ready. Really liking the looks of this chart so far. Alright, and here's Matic. Now this asset had an astronomical run so far this cycle. Started off down here at about 1.5 cents, just slightly more, and topped out at $2.93 so far for this cycle. We also got a higher low rate here, consistent higher lows, consistent higher highs. This asset's looking very powerful just based on the price action so far. So on the daily, you could see for the MACD that the bears are losing some momentum. That's what we want to be seeing there. 4 hour though, the bears are gaining some strength. That and looking like a little bit of 4 hour bearish divergence. So wouldn't surprise me if we broke the fib level here and just got a little pullback to this support level here and then got a bounce from there. On the 1 hour though, we're showing a little bit of bullish divergence, so maybe we'll just consolidate at this fib level here. So smaller time frames looking like slight pullback or a little bit of consolidations on the table, but overall I'm really liking the look of Matic and I'm bullish on this asset. Alright, let's take a look at gold and see how we're doing today. So on the weekly, looking like the bulls are losing a little bit of strength there on the MACD. Gaining strength though on the daily. A little bit of bearish momentum starting to come in there on the MACD for the 4 hour. And bearish divergence right here on the 1 hour. So it's looking like that just manifested into this little pullback that we got right here. Looking like we do have a little bit of 4 hour bearish divergence also present here. So you can see how the candles are trending more upwards like that, but the RSI is trending down. So for gold, what's important is we really want to form a high above here or right here. Right here is going to be giving a lot more confidence in gold, and if we form a high above this level here, that's looking extremely bullish to me at that point. And we also want to be forming a low above right here at about $17.19 roughly. Yeah, the macro, I'm loving the looks of this asset on the longer time frames. If gold gets a nice break out of this bull flag that we're on the weekly, there's a lot of upside potential in this asset. And the higher that we get, the less resistance that there's going to be as well. And let's take a look at silver and see how that's doing today as well. So daily MACD showing some bullish strength building, that's nice. I also like the way that's building while we're right up here pressed against the fib level. And you can also see some wicks right here down to that little support there. We were overbought here on the 4 hour. Looking like we got some slight 4 hour bearish divergence showing here as well. Yeah, that could be looking a little bit better on the 4 hour time frame there. So for silver, we're going to be looking to probably hold above this $22.1 level here is what I have in mind. Realistically, as long as we form a higher low, silver's still looking good, but if we can get a higher high up above right here, I would say probably around $25.40 roughly. As soon as we see a high above there on silver, this asset's looking quite powerful to me. So same thing for gold and silver, we want to avoid a lower low, and we'll be keeping an eye out for a higher high in the coming weeks. Alright, let's see how Doge is doing today. This is one asset that I've been really bullish on so far over the past week. I'm expecting quite a nice rally here. So the daily bullish divergence right here has started to manifest into a nice pump. We can see that the candles are growing in strength here and getting bigger. The bullish strength on the MACD is starting to build right here. Same thing on the 4 hour. You could see right here that the bulls are trying to gain some strength again on the MACD. I really like the looks of this candle here, bullishly engulfing. Means that the candle's coming up above the previous thick part of the wick here. So if this closes like this is showing that it's likely to keep on rallying. And let's take a look at the smaller time frames. So currently on the 1 hour, there is some bearish divergence showing right here where the RSI is higher here and going lower, but the candles goes from lower to high. So that's showing a potential pullback coming here on Doge, but that could just be a little bit of consolidation and then continuation of rallying the way that the larger time frames are looking on that currently. Yeah, 15-minute bearish divergence as well. Half an hour bearish divergence. So for Doge, same concept as with the precious metals. If we just form a low above right here, this asset's still looking great. That's something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on all the crypto market for in the coming week, is to see if we get, most importantly, a low above the dip that we had just taken. And I want to see some strength showing and start to form some higher highs on the market as well. Okay, now let's take a look at Shiba Inu and see how the other meme Dogecoin's doing today. I'm liking the looks of the MACD. The RSI could be looking a bit better on the daily. 4-hour bullish divergence is nice and clear there on the RSI, but the MACD is showing that the bulls are losing a bit of strength there, plus we're also overbought right up here. I like the way that the candles are starting to round out here on the 4-hour though. Whenever you start to see a rounding out pattern like this here, sometimes that'll be where we start to get a reversal. So I'm going to look at the smaller time frames now to see how likely that is. So there was some clear 1-hour bearish divergence manifested into this little pullback that we got right here. Came down to almost the oversold 30 area right here on the RSI. But we just got a bit higher than that low here. So a bounce right here, the way that this is set up, is looking pretty nice to me. Yeah, I don't really see much showing here for any bullish divergence or anything yet. But there's some clear bearish divergence right there on the 1-hour. Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye out for some consolidation here. As long as we don't get a lower low, this asset's looking pretty nice at the moment. But if we do get a lower low, I'm not liking the looks at that point. Especially if we get below this 0.00002300 level, the 786 fib. And here's one of my favorite high risk, high reward assets, AION. So on this asset, what we're looking for is to make sure that we don't get a low before the start of this parabolic curve here. So that would be at about 9 cents roughly. So on the daily, a little bit of not really liking the looks of this candle here, just trying to bearishly engulf. But the MACD is showing that the bears are actually losing strength, so I like the way that the MACD is looking on the daily. Pretty big buy coming in here. The 4-hour bullish divergence manifested into, don't even know if you can call that a pump. And then this big sell order came in there. I'm probably going to be waiting for some more information to develop on this asset at the moment. It's not exactly looking the best here. So for here, 9 cents is the most important area we want to hold above. but if we can hold above 11 cents, this asset's going to then be looking quite nice to me. So high or low above 11 cents or a high or high, either one of those is going to give me some more confirmation of reversal potential here. Now let's take a look at Cardano and see how that's doing today. And clear daily bullish divergence there. You can see that the bulls are starting to gain a tiny bit of strength there on the MACD. We were overbought though yesterday on the RSI, right up around 75. Losing bullish momentum there. So 15-minute bullish divergence, but that's one of the smaller time frames, so I'm going to be waiting for some more information to present itself on this asset as well in the coming days. Is there anything that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Okay, Thor, we finally got a bearish cross on the stochastic, so we could be in for a significant pullback coming up there. No information for the RSI or the stochastic yet, as this is a newer asset. 4 hours, same thing, stochastic's looking bearish. We also have some 4-hour bearish divergence pretty clear right here on the RSI. Attempting to cross bullish here on the 1 hour. Same thing with the 15-minute. I don't see any bullish divergence or anything along those lines though. So Thor is looking like it's in for a potential nice pullback from the looks of it at the moment. Between the stochastic crossing bearish and the bearish divergence that's currently present on it. Okay. Unfortunately, VVS Finance is also looking like it's attempting to do the same and get a bearish cross on the daily here. That's not what we want to be seeing there. And there's also no information available on the weekly for the RSI and stochastic, as this is also a newer asset. 4-hour currently crossed bearish on the stochastic. There is bullish divergence right here though on the 4-hour RSI. So the looks of the RSI I'm liking at the moment, but the stochastics are not really the best. Yeah, I'd say this asset's likely in for either a bit of consolidation here or maybe even more potential pullback and blood on here. Okay, so Tesla's still looking decent. Until we break under here, I'm still liking the looks of Tesla. We do have some bearish momentum starting to build on the MACD. As well as a little bit of MACD bearish divergence right there showing. I'm guessing that's just what manifested into this little pullback here. 1 hour, the bearish momentum is still building. And you can see 1 hour bearish divergence right there as well. And weekly, the MACD shows some bearish momentum for the first time in a while, actually. So I'd be proceeding with a little bit of caution on Tesla for the time being. Okay, Facebook. So for the daily, we could see that the bears are losing strength on the MACD. That's what we want to be seeing there. Growing strength on the weekly though. Also growing on the 4 hour currently. And also growing on the 1 hour. We had a little bit of bullish divergence there on the 1 hour. Manifested into a little pump. And now it's just trying to pull back here. Facebook, I'd probably be proceeding with caution as well on. It is possible that we get a triple bottom here, but I'd be keeping an eye on here to see if that gets invalidated. Also looks almost like we have a little inverse head and shoulders here. Class B, I guess, because right here we're going lower than here. Or going higher, I guess. Okay, we got a little bit of daily bullish divergence right here. The 4 hour, we're not really looking the best though. MACD bearish momentum's building. The RSI is still pointing down like it wants to drop a bit more. Hey, what's up, Gabe? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Any assets you want me to take a look at for you? Bearish momentum still building on the 1 hour as well. Oh, and the weekly, yeah, that's not really looking that great there. Yeah, this is one that I was talking about the other night, saying we could be in for a bit of a pullback on. Honestly, it's looking like there may be even more blood potential here on Shopify. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to the 0.5 fib around 893. Just the way that the RSI is down this low, the MACD on the weekly showing that much bearish momentum. No, that's not stochastic there. But no. Overall, this asset's not really looking the nicest to me at the moment. And yeah, I'll check out the US 30 right now for you, Gabe. Okay, let's start off with the weekly here. So weekly, very clear bearish divergence here. Yeah, I'll check out XAU USD as well. I'll just take a look at this quick and then I'll bring that up. Bearish momentum building on the daily. Also attempting to bearishly engulf. Daily bearish divergence. 4-hour bearish divergence as well right here, manifested into this little pullback. Oversold for a little bit. Came back up to around 60 and attempting to pull back again. Smaller time frames, it's looking alright, but on the bigger time frames, honestly, it's not really looking the best. The US government can always just print out a little more money and all of a sudden pattern invalidated, but just based off the technicals, it's looking like the Dow Jones could be in for a pretty significant pullback over the coming weeks. I think it's pretty good chance we'll see a nice pullback, honestly. That is if they don't just print their way out of it, which is something that the US government's been pretty good, well, the Federal Reserve, I should say, has been pretty good at doing lately. Let's take a look at gold right now and see how that's doing. If you're in a scalp, I don't know if I'd be the most worried about it. It's more the larger time frames that the US 30 is looking not the best to me. So over the coming weeks, maybe even months, I think that the US stock market could be in for a pretty significant pullback. Also will depend on what happens with monetary policy and the Federal Reserve a lot, though. It's going to be a very turbulent year, to say the least. So gold, I'm liking the looks of. So you can see the channel that we're in right here. Finally broke out here. Came back in, attempted to break out, tried to get above the fib level. Came back down inside the channel, touched right here around the middle of it. Came back up, touched the fib. Just touched the top of the channel and then attempted to break the fib level and formed a higher low. Now we're just attempting to break here. So what we want to see on gold is either a high above right here, will show some strength on gold, going to be looking real nice, or if we form a high above right here, gold will be looking extremely, extremely bullish to me at that point. And something we're also going to want is to form a higher low on gold if we do continue to pull back a little ways above either right here at 1716, or at the very least this wick at the 382 fib level, which would be $1,682. So gold, one asset I'm quite bullish on for the coming weeks. Just the way that it's set up looks really primed to run. We'll take a look at the shorter time frames and see what it's saying. Yeah, like right here we got some really nice 4-hour bullish divergence showing. 4-hour bearish divergence also though. Yeah, it's looking like gold might coil up into a pennant or something. Yeah, smaller time frames on gold, it's looking kind of volatile, like we could be getting some jumps all over the place. But the bigger time frames, whenever you break those down, it's looking quite powerful on gold. You can see it looks like we got a nice bull flag here on the weekly, and now we're just attempting to break bullish to the upside on that. I'd be keeping a close eye on this in the coming days and weeks, but to me personally, this asset's looking quite bullish on at least the larger time frames. Anything else that you want me to take a look at for you tonight before I call it a night? OMI's looking quite nice on the daily. You can see on the MACD that the bulls are starting to gain some strength. Losing some strength on the 4-hour on the MACD, and we got some bearish divergence, so potential consolidation or minor pullback there. 1-hour bearish divergence as well. Bullishly engulfing on the 1-hour though, so if we close here higher, that's looking quite nice. So just based on the price action, this is looking quite nice, but the indicators are showing that we could get a little bit of consolidation there on OMI. Potential pullback, but the way that the price action is looking, I feel like it's more likely we're going to get consolidation than a pullback here. And yeah, I'll check out NAS 100 right now for you, Gabe. Okay, this is looking really interesting. So the support level that we got marked up that I said we're going to be keeping an eye on, this is looking like it's attempting to break bearish from there. So if we get a break from there, I'm just going to drop the fibs here and see, but I think there's quite a lot of downside potential there if that ends up getting a pullback. So the weekly chart, the RSI down here is showing that the bears are starting to gain some strength. It's down lower than previous lows here. MACD looks like they're also gaining some strength. I'd be keeping an eye out to see if the MACD drops below here or even here. So weekly, not really looking that great on the NASDAQ. On the daily, you can see that the bears are starting to gain some strength as well. Bearish divergence on the RSI. Let's check out the 4-hour, see how that's looking. Oh, you can see that the bears are gaining some strength right there on the MACD on the 4-hour. Yeah, I would be keeping an eye out for a potential break of this support here on the NASDAQ. the support line here, it's been a pretty common area for it to get a bounce, so it's possible that this would be the area where it reverses and starts to pump again. But if this support were to break, let's see. Yeah, so the 236 fib level would be all the way down at 13,026. So if it were to break the support here, it's a pretty straight drop right down to there. So 236 would be the first area I'd be looking at for potential bounce if the support does break on NASDAQ. Then there'd be the 382 fib level. So these would probably be the most likely areas for a bounce, so between 10,689 and 13,026. Depending on how everything plays out with the money printing, monetary policy, and everything, we could be in for either this getting invalidated and a nice monster pump to finish the year over the next couple of months, or we could just end up not really having the nicest year, and things could break and go south if they don't handle the situation with money printing properly. So it's going to be interesting both technically and fundamentally to see how the market works out over the coming months. Anything that you want me to take a look at for you before I call it a night? Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye for a break below this wick here around 15,175 roughly. And if you see that breaking and the candle close 4 hour below that, it's looking like we're getting a potential break of that support. Yeah, no problem at all, man. Alright, well, I'll talk to you tonight. Have a good night, everyone.